Hello, my name is Charlene DeChico. It is with sincere passion that I am eager to learn about people, culture, true history, and the overall human experience. Join with me as I embark on this journey. This is your Community Spotlight. The Newtown Chamber presents Great Plains Indian Trading on Main Street, a valued member of the Newtown Chamber. Owned and operated by Ryan Wilson. Wilson and his 6 children have been running Great Plains Indian Trading since 2015. With many beautiful handmade and decorative items on display and for purchase, the goal for the business is to preserve the Upper Missouri's tribal lifeways, stories, ceremonies, and culture through Indian art and material expressions. Open from Thursday to Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Great Plains welcomes community members, visitors, and tourists to stop by and experience Indian country.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
All right, this is National Night Out. It's a nationwide event. We're really excited to have this event here this year in Newtown. It's an opportunity for kids to meet first responders. You certainly wouldn't want a kid's first experience to be with a fireman if their house is on fire or something. So it's kind of a nice opportunity to get to see the kids with the firemen dressed up in their uniform. Same thing with the police and everything too. It's good environment, good opportunity for the kids to get involved with first responders, check out some of their equipment and that type of stuff. Last year we didn't have it, and I told my boss, I was like, you know what, we should really have this event, even if I've got to organize it myself. So a small committee of us kind of gathered together and worked out all the details, made all the phone calls, was able to really have a good event, and we're really glad everybody came out. A lot of people behind the scenes put a lot of work into this and everything, and it's really happy the way this worked out.
We at Reynolds Insurance are doing the bike safety in partnership with the Newtown PD, and the kids come, they register, and then they get a helmet, and they go to a bike rodeo. They learn the hand signals so they can actually communicate on the road while they are riding their bikes. And when they complete the course, they come and get a gift bag, and they can put their name down for a drawing for bikes. The helmets are donated by Reynolds Insurance, and the bikes are donated by United College.
Well, actually, what you can see is the main thing is that we're getting a lot of interaction with a lot of agencies throughout the area, whether it be law enforcement, fire, ambulance, rescue, agencies such as myself as the Newtown Police Department, the 3 affiliated tribes, BIA. We're all here to basically just intermingle with the public, have a good time, eat some food, and again, do a little crash course and public safety and things like that with the kids as well, so that we can just basically have that one-on-one interaction. And things like this just help out a lot with that. Basically, what we're doing is we're using it to teach the youngsters the importance of safety when using their bikes. So obviously helmets, learning proper hand signals and things like that they're supposed to be using when they do that. And so the way that this is working is eventually, once they're done, they're going to be drawing 3 individuals that will actually win a bike. So, and of course that was donated from a local company here in town. I believe it was United Quality. But again, the main thing is to teach them young, knowing that there are such things as rules and things that they got to do, teach responsibility, safety, and then just promote that. And again, along with that interaction that we want with law enforcement. Absolutely. The main thing is people tend to forget about bikes, motorcycles, etc., because they use the roads too. They're considered like a vehicle just the same. They have the same rules to follow while on the road, if they're on the road. But again, the main thing is we want to promote safety. And again, if they're going to be on a bike, one thing that they need is visibility, especially motorcycles, because people don't see them, nor do they anticipate them.
Hi there. Hi, we're doing good. Great. We're actually, we help sponsor the bouncy houses, and then we're also doing a cornhole board for the kids so they can play and get a prize from us. They're in our little boxes here.
We have moon sand, and we have some light up bracelets for the kids. So to win moon sand, you have to make at least 2 bags in the hole, and then a bracelet is just for trying.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This event is, I was fun that I do the truck enforcement, explain the truck enforcement, how the bypass, the truck route, and the scales, and then get to know the community a little more, like helping Ori with the kids on the bike, and then different things. Yeah, building that rapport with the children goes a long ways.
So we're going to be out here till 8 o'clock. We got Nerf gun. It's right here to our left. We got a Nerf gun competition, and pretty soon we're going to be setting up a donut eating contest. So they got a DIY setup over here with these red Solo cups. They're going to go ahead and try to shoot that target. The ones that get that target are going to get a surprise. They love to walk around the cop cars and ask questions, and it's an actual one-on-one experience. They get to see what's inside the car and what's on our uniform and share with the community.
This is our standard issue rifle. All of our patrolmen carry something similar to this. It's just your standard AR-15, quarter of the length with a 4-inch suppressor. We also have a red dot up here, so that way it helps to ensure accuracy, and that bullet is going where we intend it to go. We have a bit of a foregrip here for the extra stability. And every officer carries this as well as their duty weapon and other equipment. This is a fast helmet. Anybody who's seen anything like SWAT or SEAL team, this is similar to what they wear. This is AAA ballistic protection. We're going to put this on our heads. That way we can protect our noggins and all that fun stuff. The nice thing about a fast helmet is it does have these rails right here where you can attach a rail adapter so you can put on the comms in the event that we have to don our plate carrier. It's got a little place here where you can put a stand. And that stand, if I can find it here, is going to hold a pair of what we call night vision goggles or nods. Those things are going to enable us to make sure we can see better at night, see our target, and see what's going on around us. M50 gas mask. This is an NBC mask. Stands for nuclear, chemical, and biological. Nice thing about this is in the event that we have to deploy like CS gas or OC spray, officers wearing this, it's not going to affect them as much. Different canisters are meant for different threats. We're also looking at getting some for every officer to help filter smoke. We do have building fires out here. We do have wildfires. Those canisters are going to give us about 30 minutes of air before we have to get out in the event we have to go in there and find somebody, or somebody's got an animal stuck, cat in the building, all that fun stuff.
Our main objective is just to get drugs off the street or get them before they get here. We're specially trained in order to look for pre-stop indicators that lead us to believe there's criminal activity going on. So that's mainly what we look for in order to try and stop the flow of drugs here.
We have cornhole for prizes.
Oh. I'm Officer Fox with Newtown PD, giving everyone popcorn, building rapport and talking with the kids, kind of officer safety stuff, and just making them not scared of the police. Mainly want to see the lights. They like the lights. They like the tools that were provided. So kind of just explaining those and what we use them for.
Today, my husband and I are selling plates. We have slush burgers and hot dogs with your choice of chips and a beverage, and then I'm also selling corn balls. So one of our projects we've got, well, you've probably already visited with them over from the produce that we have down at the Four Sisters, and then one of our projects will also be heading over to Bozeman, Montana to visit our project partners for our next gen project. So, and we'll leave on Sunday and be over on campus and get to check out their campus, as well as they'll be opening their Indigenous food lab. So we'll get to tour that also.
So this is our emergency Kubota. It is a ATV, UTV vehicle so that we can get to patients in hard to reach areas. It was bought for us by the county. It's also a snow blower in case we get stuck out in the snow in the winter. Yeah. And it's also a patient transport. We use it for the powwow. So in case somebody is in a really hard to get out area, we can load up the patient onto the cot and get him out and get him to the ambulance and give him some help.
We're handing out fire prevention packets and little hats, so a lot of kids come by. Well, we're all volunteer, but okay. We have 30 volunteers, but they can get a hold of the auditor's office and they can get my phone number. There's a process they got to follow and training. Yeah, the hoses are on top. That's our gear. There's air packs and stuff in the cab. That's where you run the water.
Yep.
Oh, 5 in here, 2 in the front, 7.
Yes, ma'am. I'm one of the egg interns for the Four Sisters Garden. My name's Jared Brown. We have dill, bell peppers, jalapenos, and tomatoes. There's also leeks and onions. It's good to share this with the community and with all our hard work and whatnot. So
how we connect with the community is by coming out to like events like this outreaching into the community as much as possible. If the tribe puts on something like this, or from anywhere to job fairs, to career fairs, to conferences and conventions, mostly. Not a lot of people. We have everyone kind of fill out a survey, and we try to have the kids do it as well too, just to kind of keep them engaged and let them know what's kind of going on as well.
Good.
Today we're at the library. We got free books down here. We have free DVDs, and down here I have bouncy balls for the kids and school pencil cases, sticky hands, fun stuff for them. We do this almost for just about every community event that we can.
Welcome to the McKenzie Electric 79th annual meeting, and it's where we are able to educate and provide a little update on our membership of what's going on at the cooperative. Tonight we'll have a host of updates from a variety of folks, including myself, and which I'll provide a little update on our work plans and how 2023 looked. Our president will give a little State of the Union, and we'll give a little update from Operations Roundup, kind of our charitable arm that provides giving to our membership for needs. And other than that, we just hope you enjoy the information that was provided tonight, and thank you. This year, again, we're stacking up to have another busy year with lots of projects across the area. We're starting on the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation. We're going to add about 60 miles of transmission, 3 new substations. So we just broke ground on our first substation there. And then we also have a lot of other maintenance work and other project work to continue to keep up with the needs of the membership. You know, our theme is resiliency to serve. And our industry has historically been a resilient industry. The lights usually always come on, and people rely on that. But our industry is obviously facing some more challenges as we look to capacity constraints, new regulations, and new technology. And so I think that the theme really embraces kind of our call to order and what we do. But the call for this meeting is an annual update. It's what we do every year.
2023, kind of look back on the projects we completed, a look into the future of 2024, and just celebrating the success of the cooperative that was formed back in 1945. So we've been here 79 years. Look forward to many more.
Okay. Hi, I'm Andrew Sparata. I'm Member Services Coordinator with McKenzie Electric Cooperative. We're at our 79th annual meeting. So behind me I have a line display that we use for different educational purposes, things like that. The main reason we're here, it's kind of our keystone member event. So this is where we invite all of our members to do a recap of the past year. So this year we're going through 2023. We're going through all the different business aspects, and we're also looking at 2024 to see what our future projects entail and things like that. So right now, I think we're sitting at about near 400 people attending, and of course that's only our members. So this is a membership only, so if you have power through McKenzie Electric, you're more than welcome to come. So we're nearing completion on 500 miles of copper line replacement. That's one of our biggest projects that we have so far. We've also been really working on reliability. That's been a key buzzword for us lately. So reliability, you know, when you flip on the light switch, you want the power to come on. Obviously, it's something that we take for granted a lot more nowadays, but we also know what it means to flip that light switch on, and it comes on every time. So reliability with that, we're building redundancy. So we have different substations. We have new substations coming in 24. It's just making sure our whole service area has reliable power.
And at the last meeting, we talked about some of the developments in MHA Nation down there on Fort Berthold Indian Reservation. And so do you want to talk a little bit about what's upcoming with those projects?
Yep. So they're breaking ground. They have started on new substation builds. The biggest thing is they're adding 100 MVA to that area. So I want to throw out a figure out there. I'm not an engineer. I don't know the engineering stats on that, but it's going to increase that capacity and make sure there's no line loss, make sure all that power stays steady, we don't have voltage issues, things like that. Our service area in total is growing, you know, every year. It seems like, you know, oil and gas obviously has a big play in it, but then we also have, you know, more people are moving to this area for work. So we have residential homes that are getting power. The biggest thing is to know that in McKenzie Electric's service area, we're nearing 800 megawatts of power. So if you put that into a scale of how many homes that we power, that's nearing 500,000 homes. So that's a lot of homes that we're powering just in this small footprint. So we'll go way back 79 years. So we were founded in 1945. The main reason that we were founded was because cities had power back then, but rural areas didn't. So that's farmers, ranchers. Nobody that was in a municipality had power. So in order to get power out there, we formed co-ops that kind of pooled their money together and could make that power purchase and start building lines in the rural communities and serving the underserved areas. So that's the short part of it. The biggest thing with co-ops, we're not for profit. So when you pay your electric bill, if there's remaining balance from that, that gets returned to those power users in the form of capital credits. So we're not in the business to make money. We're just in the business to provide reliable power. Yeah, I guess this is where everybody can come and learn more about their co-op. We do a lot of different member events throughout the communities, but this is the biggest one where we go through the whole entire list of what we've done in the year. We break down financial statements, we have the board of directors, elections, everything like that. So this is the main event of the cooperative. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna start off with, we call the quorum together, so that's the actual starting of the business meeting. And then we go through all the financials, we go through the election of the board, and then we go through old business, new business, approval of last year's minutes, and then we also have fun too. We have the kids zone over here, so we have a petting zoo. So we really want kids and we want young families to start attending our meetings. We appreciate all of our members, but we really want to get to the younger generations who weren't around back when they didn't have power.
So I think I need a boat out in the middle of this place. We could sell out all our land and build a ship to outer space. Sick of counting cars, let's count some stars and tally up the waves. Oh, I think I need a boat. I think I need a boat.
Ben B. Luke, I'm a line worker at McKenzie Electric, and I'll give you a tour of this simulation we got set up here. Phase lines. This goes through a transformer which feeds your house. Obviously they're a lot bigger. And then it feeds down through your meter, goes over here. That feeds into your house. And then this is an underground transformer. It works the same way, just underground cable comes in, comes out the secondary side to another meter, and then into your house. This is a 3-phase system. We have a lot of single phase, bunch of transmission lines.
So if there was a power outage in the community, right, you'd have to come over here, and what would you be looking for? Is this where you would come?
Yeah, usually it's over here. Fuse or something would be open, saying you got a down line. If we have down line, to throw a splice in like that, get it back up in the air, throw your fuse back in. Light should come on. If not, it means you have another problem. This will blow open. Fix an arrestor or something, throw it back in, should have power.
So when there's a problem on the street or, in the neighborhood, this is where it's happening at?
Yep, this is where it's happening at. And if you come across a down line, stay away from it until we arrive and get it back up and say it's all safe.
So this thing here, you say splicing. So
Splice, yep. So the wire broke right in the middle. Pull it back up, put it in the splice, and then it holds it together and keeps it in the air. This is just the bird cover.
Oh.
Just so the birds stay away from. This is an underground riser. So that's the underground coming off the overhead line, which will feed underground circuits, underground transformers.
So do you ever have problems in this area?
Yep, same thing. These arresters will blow. This one doesn't have one, but this will blow, or these will melt because someone built it wrong, or old cable faults out. Secondaries get water in them, burn up.
Wow. And so are these some of the tools? What do you have all this here for?
Yep, these are different size underground cables. This one feeds most houses. This is just an impact gun, tightening bolts. This is a crimper. Used to crimp in pin terminals, crimps. This electric stapler for stapling pole grounds, that kind of stuff. Cutting underground cable with this. Just your regular bolt cutters. And this is for cutting heavier ACSR and overhead wire.
So the youth tour is it's a week trip to Washington D.C. McKenzie Electric sponsors a kid to go every year, and you basically get to tour all the sites, meet with the senators, and just have a fun week in D.C. with all sorts of other kids from all sorts of states. These are just advertising for it. So Ariana is the 2024. She won it this year.
You write one essay about what part of history you'd like to be in, and then you submit it, and they choose one person from each county in North Dakota. I chose women's history, and how I would want to be one of those empowering women and get women's rights. I talked about the women's convention, women's rights convention, and just how women didn't have a lot of rights with sports and with jobs, and I would write about how I'd want to change that.
My name's Kenny Barrios. I'm a cultural liaison for the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachioca tribe. I'm also a tribal member. January we had a little bit of rain come, and when that little bit of rain came, it brought a lot more rain, and all that water cleansed the whole valley.
My name's Robert Jeff. I'm the vice chairman of the Santa Rosa Rancheria Tachioca tribe. Oh, July was a big time for our people. The land started flooding again. Creator blessed us with enough water to refill a portion of the Tulare Lake. When we think about that lake and what that lake provided for us, it provided everything. So when that lake was taken away and we were dependent on the government, we started getting all these sicknesses that came along with it. So we were being rationed food that wasn't good for us. We were given land that we couldn't even farm on. So there was a lot of things that happened to our people that a lot of people don't understand, or they don't even want to hear about because it's hard to hear.
We are Yoka Tspahashi. We are the Tulare Lake people. We are Tatsai. We are the mud ducks. We named ourselves after the mud duck because every year all the birds would fly south for the winter, and the mud duck would stay here with the water, with the lake.
Oh, the lake's being separated by all the dams that they have up into the mountains here in the Central Valley. We got to remove those dams. We got to get people to think a little bit differently about their approach and how they want to live out here in this valley. If we keep going down the path that we're going on, all of us are going to have to eventually pack up and leave this area because the aquifers are being contaminated, the land's being contaminated, the air's being contaminated, and the worst part is that water that we all need to survive is being contaminated as well. Opening up the basin is going to allow for that flood to come back down into the valley and spread its medicine all over the land. And if we get enough water, that water would overflow and head back out into the delta. And what we need to happen here in the valley today is for that flood and flow to happen again.
This air needs this water. You know, without the water in the air, then people start getting sick, allergies. We have a thing in the ground, it's called valley fever. You know, and that right there comes up out of the ground if the ground's too dry all the time. You know, and that's why all this water is back, because of all the prayers that were asked. You know, everybody was asking for water. You gotta watch out what we ask for. Us as Native people, we don't take more than what we need. It takes years and years for this water to go back down into the ground to replenish the aquifer that has been depleted.
There's enough land out here to farm, there's enough land out here to develop, and there's enough land out here for all of us. You know, when we think about this area and this valley housed the highest concentrations of Native Americans than anywhere in this country of its size, and we never had to farm. What I want to tell the farmers is that let's talk. You know, let's sit down, let's break bread, and let's start getting a better understanding of what life needs to be like here in this valley. It's sad that we have to have a casino over there to take care of our people, but at the same time we have something to help us take care of our people right now. Now we got health care, we got homes, we got roads, we got food. We want to recreate the environment that was once here, so we're gonna be pumping water back in the slough, and we're gonna circulate it through our community. It's hard to look back and think that the tribes don't have the first in time, first in right to this water out here in the valley. And as a tribe, you know, we get water from the last chance ditch. You know, so there's a lot of other people, a lot of other companies, a lot of other entities that are getting this water before even the tribe does. If we all had the lake here for all of us, there's so much benefits to everybody and everything. The aquifers will get better, the air will get better, we'll get more rain. We're going to continue to pray, we're going to continue to sing, we're going to continue to dance, but we're going to continue to get out there into the communities and talk to our people about our opinions of this situation.
Are you addicted to drugs? Narcotics Anonymous can help. If you are interested in Narcotics Anonymous and cannot make it to a physical meeting, or are wanting to experience the Fellowship of Recovering Addicts online, visit virtual-na.org to learn more about online meetings and meetings over the phone.
I remember standing in the middle of a field, calling the police department, asking them to please call me back. I want to report my sister missing, but I didn't get a call back.
When my mom asked me to start looking for her, that's when it really hit me. I'm like, oh my God, she really is missing.
When I first met Heather, I asked her, what can I do to help?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
The Medicine Wheel Ride started back in 2019. Women were sharing stories about domestic violence. One of the riders, her daughter was murdered. It was just like one after another saying, well, what can we do on this epidemic, of MMIW?
That ache inside of your chest never goes away. The love you have for them never dissipates.
We believe in a cause, and that's what our patch on the back of our jacket represents. We represent sisterhood.